I've always had a thing for finding old things, like sheds. When I was a kid, there were a bunch of them in the village where I grew up. Drew Pritchard, who was famously one of the best antique dealers in Britain, had a picture-perfect family life, a fortune, and a talent for finding priceless artifacts. Hidden shadows, his personal turmoil, a scandal that tarnished his reputation, and a heartbreaking tragedy lurked behind the success and excitement of his thriving career. He often remarked that photographs can be deceiving because you can't stick your head under an item in a picture to examine it up close. Born in June 1970 in Conway, a charming North Welsh town where history whispers from ancient stone walls and winding streets, Drew grew up surrounded by relics of the past for a child. His life took a drastic turn when he became a master treasure hunter and was eventually shunned by his hometown. What happened to the man with the mightiest touch? Blessed with a vivid imagination, Drew's hometown was more than just a place to live. It was a treasure trove of forgotten stories just waiting to be discovered. Unlike other children, Drew found joy in objects worn by time. He would press his face against the windows of antique shops, enchanted by the dust-covered artifacts and the stories of the people who had owned them. He saw each weathered painting, chipped wooden table, and tarnished oil lamp as more than just an object. He saw them as a time capsule, a witness to history. His interest in antiques was not coincidental, it ran in his family. Drew's father had been a freelance sign painter, a job that demanded precision, artistic flair, and patience. As a curious and active youngster, Drew would sit and watch his father work, captivated by the careful strokes of the brush and the painstaking attention to detail. However, what genuinely piqued his interest were the conversations his dad would have with local antique dealers and traders, who made a living by discovering long-lost treasures in flea markets, abandoned estates, and dusty old museums. Their stories sparked a profound interest in young Drew for antiques. He wasn't just curious about their monetary worth, he wanted to know the stories behind each item, from who owned it to where it had been and the lives it had touched. For Drew, each scratch and mark represented a clue to a hidden story, and he never imagined himself pursuing a traditional academic career. Instead, he dove headfirst into stained glass restoration, a dying art form that demanded patience, artistry, and an unfaltering eye. Day in and day out, Drew worked with delicate glass panels, grinding, cutting, and assembling them into elaborate designs. His work served as more than just a livelihood. It was a teaching of history, craftsmanship, and preservation. Drew quickly came to understand that repairing antiques was about more than just mending damage. It was also about preserving the past. A single crack in the hands of an expert could destroy a work of art or, conversely, become an integral part of its story. This philosophy informed his outlook on antiques, as even the most worn-out artifacts could be revitalized with the correct vision. He was no longer satisfied with simply studying the past. He set out to discover it for himself. He left the stained glass workshop and dove headfirst into the unpredictable world of antique dealing, exploring cities, towns, and even abandoned warehouses in search of long-lost treasures. Along the way, he became an expert negotiator and learned the ropes of the trade. Through his years of experience, Drew Pritchard transcended his role as a mere dealer and transformed into a master storyteller, giving new life to artifacts from bygone eras. His reputation soared as he learned to discern the hidden treasures hidden beneath the surface of worn-out furniture and discarded oil lamps. As a result, his career took off in 2011. In 2011, Drew took his passion to the next level by becoming the star of Salvage Hunters, a unique reality TV show that mixed buying and selling antiques with adventure history and the thrill of discovery. Viewers followed him as he traversed the UK, discovering long-lost treasures and giving them new life. Revived to their former glory, the show became an instant hit thanks to Drew's extensive knowledge, magnetic charisma, and expert negotiating skills. The show attracted millions of viewers, and Drew's talent for finding hidden gems made him stand out. He could enter a dusty old warehouse, scan a cluttered collection, and identify the real treasures, even in broken chairs or scratched furniture, in an instant. Drew's success wasn't just about his passion for history. His sharp business acumen also played a significant role. He had legendary negotiating skills. Every deal was a game of strategy, a battle of wits between himself and seasonal sellers. He knew when to feint, when to push, and how to revive seemingly worthless pieces of furniture or chandeliers. One of the most memorable moments of the show happened when Drew found an elegant wooden chair in a countryside warehouse. The owner, an antique dealer, was firm on the price of £500. Viewers were captivated by his quick exchanges with stubborn traders, who were all trying to outmaneuver each other. With a mischievous grin, Drew carefully examined the chair, turning it over to admire its craftsmanship. Calmly, he made his counteroffer. "I've been in this business long enough to know that £350 is fair." After a brief pause, the earn nodded in agreement, and Drew had accomplished another remarkable feat. He went from being a renowned treasure hunter to a social outcast in his own time due to a series of unfortunate events that occurred behind the scenes. Despite appearing to have it all, success, fortune, and a loving family, the man quickly became mired in controversy. A scandal rocked his reputation. A broken marriage changed his life's trajectory. Drew Pritchard's life has been a roller coaster of ups and downs, but one constant has been his love of antiques. What lies ahead for Drew? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: his passion for history, craftsmanship, and discovery will continue unwaveringly. Keep pushing him forward regardless of the path his life takes. Alongside the devastating breakup of his marriage, Drew Pritchard endured another massive scandal in 2017 that would permanently mar his public image. Today, when people hear his name, they don't only think of his antiques expertise, but also of the scandal that tarnished his reputation. Drew, who was at a pub in Conwy, Wales, for what appeared to be a normal evening, became involved in a violent altercation with another man. The exact reason why this happened is still unknown, but various reports indicate that it was based on a long-standing personal grudge. What started as a verbal exchange soon became a full-blown brawl, and it happened in front of a lot of witnesses. As word of the brawl spread, Drew Pritchard found himself barred from multiple Conway watering holes. While this might not have been a big deal for the average person, it dealt a major blow to his reputation. The public and media started to wonder if Drew was really the refined gentleman he claimed to be. Drew withdrew from the public eye for a while, staying silent, avoiding interviews, and letting the scandal settle. However, this did little to calm the storm of speculation. Public opinion was strongly divided, with some criticizing his actions and others praising his knowledge and expertise. The incident was a stark reminder that fame comes with scrutiny, and in this modern age, one misstep can swiftly overshadow years of success. Regardless of Drew Pritchard's reputation, but others defended him, saying that a single moment of anger shouldn't define his entire career. Despite the backlash, his legacy as an antique expert remained intact. Has completely healed or not is still up for debate, but one thing is certain: Drew Pritchard's life has been just as eventful as the artifacts he has spent his life cataloging. From his days as an enthralled youngster to his current status as a famous TV personality, his journey has been anything but ordinary. Unusual, but he also had personal struggles, such as a broken marriage, a damaged reputation, and an overall difficult life. Despite this, Drew is still very much involved in the antiques industry, where he searches for long-lost treasures and brings history back to life through his work. The chapters of his life show that no matter how good you are at fixing things, some things just can't be fixed. Drew Pritchard kept appearing on Salvage Hunters, but he never tried to explain or put an end to the incident that had stained his reputation. Instead, he focused solely on. Despite his best efforts, the public would never forget the scandal that rocked his antiques business and drove Drew into a temporary retreat from the spotlight. Despite this, he continued to play a key role on Salvage Hunters, and the reception he received was mixed, with some viewers supporting him and others casting doubt on his character. Despite whispers of a possible new beginning and a determination to move on, Drew Pritchard quietly persisted in his efforts to rebuild his career and personal life. Despite the fact that he had to overcome many obstacles, both professional and personal, he never lost his devotion to antiques. His reopening of his antique shop in Conway, North Wales, was a watershed moment in his post-scandal and post-divorce journey. The store was more than just a marketplace for valuable antiques. It became a symbol of his perseverance and commitment to the restoration and trading craft. The artifacts housed within its walls showcase his profound expertise and refined taste. Here history and artistry come together, providing a concrete testament to his steadfast dedication and capacity to rebuild after previous failures. While Drew may not be as dominating on television as he was during the height of salvage hunters, his influence in the antiques world is stronger than ever. His profound understanding of restoration techniques and his keen eye for rare finds keep him relevant, ensuring he remains one of the most respected figures in the world of antiques. He continues to engage in exclusive projects and collaborates with industry professionals, maintaining his reputation as a knowledgeable and trusted expert. His unwavering passion for antiques continues. After his highly publicized divorce from Rebecca Pritchard, Drew has remained remarkably private about his personal life, leading to speculation about a possible remarriage. This drives him to travel extensively across the UK and beyond in search of hidden treasures, forgotten artifacts, exquisite furniture, and unique decorative pieces that time has left behind. He has chosen to remain silent regarding his relationship status, which is a significant change from his previous public displays of affection for his girlfriend and wife. This change in attitude reflects his desire to keep his private life out of the spotlight, even though he has distanced himself from the public eye. Limelight Drew has been prolific throughout his 30-year career. One of his most notable projects to date, Drew Pritchard The Collection, was an exclusive auction event that took place on March 5 and 6, 2023. This was more than just an antique sale. It was a watershed moment in his career, and it attracted a wide range of notable guests, such as seasoned collectors and industry insiders. As the host of such a prominent auction, Drew solidified his position as an authority in the antiques industry by showcasing his talent for sourcing exceptional items and his profound understanding of their historical and aesthetic significance. The event's resounding success demonstrated that, regardless of any controversy that may have arisen in the past, Drew's expertise and credibility have remained unwavering. He has now expanded his career beyond his well-established role in antique trading and is excited to begin a new chapter by restoring an 18th-century townhouse in Bath. This endeavor will allow him to put his extensive knowledge of historical architecture to good use. More than just another business venture, this project is a profoundly personal pursuit, a labor of love that encapsulates his lifelong passion for interior design. Drew, who is known for his signature aesthetic, a fusion of classic elegance and contemporary sensibility, aims to transform the townhouse into a space that perfectly fits his artistic vision. Creating a living space that bridges different time periods, harmonizing historical authenticity with modern functionality, is Drew Pritchard's goal. He has developed an emotional connection to the past over the years, which is essential for this undertaking of preserving history. Continues to rise above his challenges, whether it's reopening his shop, hosting prestigious auctions, or taking on ambitious restoration projects. His passion for antiques remains unwavering, and he refuses to let his past define him. He has experienced both great success and deep personal turmoil, but he has never let it define him. Despite the decline in coverage of his personal life, Drew's professional impact is undeniable. His name is still linked to exceptional craftsmanship, a deep respect for historical artifacts, and unmatched quality. For fans of his work, Drew's journey is proof that genuine passion can endure despite. No matter how rough things have gotten for Drew Pritchard, one thing has stayed constant: his unwavering dedication to antiques. Whether he's traveling the globe in search of long-lost treasures, renovating historic properties, or coaching up-and-coming collectors, his story is one of resilience, innovation, and an unwavering devotion to the most precious artifacts from the past. What do you think of Drew Pritchard's incredible journey? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. If you found Drew's story inspiring, hit the like button. If you loved this video, share it with your friends. They might be just as captivated by Drew's story. And if you're eager to explore more captivating stories, click here. Choose a video from the list, subscribe, and enable notifications to stay up to date. See you in the next video.